Hey everybody, John Roberts, and as you know, my project is emergency planning for organizations. So a little background on that. In the spring, when we were in our integrative project design class, right when that was starting was kind of right around the same time that COVID-19 was coming around. And, I just kept thinking, what could organizations do to be better prepared? And really, I started thinking, at first I started thinking like, how are we so unprepared for this? Why weren't people thinking ahead for pandemics and, just how to be more prepared for it? So that's a little background on why I chose this for my project. Revisiting my thesis is organizations and their leaders will more effectively navigate the management of crisis situations by including strategic emergency preparedness planning as part of leadership training and business continuity plans. At first, in our last class, I was kind of more focused towards just the training and ongoing training for leadership, but it seemed a bit too narrow of a focus. I really wanted to get some more of like the planning and execution, the whole picture of what involves emergency planning. So my thesis had changed, which it usually does when I'm writing larger papers, to that, which I'm pretty happy with actually. Let's see. Organizations can be exposed to different types of emergency or crisis situations. I mean, that can include environmental, financial, or health, like the pandemic we have going on now. So, I mean, it's really up to organizations to kind of determine what kind of emergencies could affect them and what can they do to plan for it. I mean, ultimately, it's best if they can avoid the situation altogether with a solid plan, but at least if they have the personnel and resources available, they can react to it with a lot less damage than would have happened. I'm saying that they should have, as part of a business continuity plan, should definitely include emergency planning. Let's see, going through like the literature review, and the three major parts of it were, it starts with risk assessment, which is kind of what I was just talking about. What could possibly affect our organization? And you're not always going to get them all, but there are many situations that can be predicted. And then you get into the planning stage. Okay, now that we've identified what it is, what are our plans for each specific one? What kind of resources do we need, and what kind of training do we need to get our leadership ready to go to confront this and get their teams ready as well. And then the last piece is obviously the training, just to follow through on the planning. This is when it happens, this is what we're going to be doing, and so they can hit the ground running. And then moving into solution, really my solution is, there is, there's an accreditation group now, EMAP, that basically will train and create standards for emergency planning. So let's see, what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, so hiring the appropriate staff, hiring staff that's been trained for emergency preparedness is really a solution. You want to have a professional on board that knows what they're doing and can train others. So getting transparency and feedback from leadership and their teams, will assist the emergency planner to really foresee what they're going to be up against. So that is kind of my projects that I got going there. So anyway, bye.